A word of caution. Okay. I doubt it, but it is possible that a police investigative or private eye firm is looking into the voluminous material I have put forward showing that AIDS was a premeditated attack, probably by partners and counterparts between the world's superpowers. Probably. Now, I say I doubt that because most of the monstrosity has been the agonizing abuse of people who tortured and trafficked me, working a large pornographic corporation's law firm. Spy cam predators in a pornographic genocide that I have shown to be true and to have existed and still exists. And in fact, what they're doing in Rafah is mockery, a way of parading what they've accomplished. Brazen genocide in cold blood, broad daylight, covered for by an aggressive British media syndicate. But there's an off chance that somebody who knows their tactics, recognizes their style, understands the cornerstones of their predatory stand in the mask of legitimacy as to actually being legitimate or bordering on legitimate. In other words, on-the-job sexual harassment is wrong. That's obvious. And when they put that in their office help videos, it's legal because Hollywood has contracts with actors and actresses. And when they give working papers to an underage starlet, that's power structure politics in the union, working the intelligence system that was put together by police society to effectuate that betrayal of the liberation movement. You can argue that the liberation movement needed to be straightened out psychologically by proper education, but that's not what they were up to. You can also argue that sexual freedom is a must and must be allowed between mature, consenting adults. It can be considered safe and healthy. These are all things that can be argued. What can't be argued is that I'm dealing with the criminally insane. So the way they angle is to say they're not satisfied with something or another. I can certainly satisfy the basic question that they're asking. The question underwriting the front that they're putting up as interrogation is their vicious and hideous attack on legitimate consensual sex between adults. Is there such a thing? Is there such a thing? You would think that there would be a Federal Bureau of Investigation isolated individuals of people who feel that it is fair and reasonable to allow people who are dating and in love to have intimacy together. These people are saying it's not. That if anybody has sex out of wedlock, they should be put to death. They should be made martyrs in the cause of pro-life. Okay, we know that. All of that is established. What isn't known is whether there's somebody asking a question How can you say you were motivated to do detective work when it involved sleeping with someone you weren't sure was undercover La Femme Nikita for Hollywood? Is it okay to fall in love with an attack prostitute in your mind? I can answer that. I talked to a police sergeant about it who was also a woman, and I explained that the deeper I became involved, the more I kept telling myself, this can't be real. It wasn't self deception, it was psychiatric manipulation by the assassins. You're asking me, would I have gotten involved with Rosa? I didn't know she was a virgin. See, that's the whole problem with this contraption, is they do not allow the first truthful facts of evidence. The murderer, PatriCIA Fripp, ravenously psychotic for a pornographic law form. Behind all of this, angled at an impacted neuroplasm that she knew was put there, implanted by an Attica State Prison psychiatrist. She knew that I was just a child, virtually a toddler when they did it. She knew that. And yet, her and her administration and the police community and the university, right up to torturing me into Parkinson's, which I am not happy about, made it out that I was hiding a date rape. I was losing memory of something. I went into seizures, remember. They put me into seizures, demanding I remember. It was being kidnapped and gassed by armed felons who had stalked me and threatened to kill me as a child on a snowy day. It was welded shut by a neuroplasm. And Penis Gabriel and this guy named Blinken, were calling it rapid eye movement deception of a sexual direction because they're frustrated retardos with penis envy. They're women, Clint Eastwood type women who do gossip columns and start wars with gossip, genocidal wars by gossip. So there's your answer. The deeper I got in, the more I kept telling myself this can't be real. Sergeant, she said, Sergeant of the police, she said, I understand perfectly. That's because such a person has experience. She's not stupid. PatriCIA Fripp is stupid.